Hi everyone. So let me start by saying to my colleagues who I may be connected to via LinkedIn, for example, that are already CRM experts. If you're checking out this video, you can continue to watch if you'd like, but it's going to be very elementary. It's really around some of the basics of CRM and some things we know that CRM already brings to the table. So you can probably save yourself some time and wait for the next video. Or if you want to listen in, please do. I'd love for people to maybe make some additional comments at the end of the video in the comment area to maybe even throw some ideas around some things that I didn't get to or didn't have time to mention, or just some of your own experience around how we can use CRM for collaboration and social distancing. So just a quick disclaimer before I start. So, like I said, the purpose of the video is really just to show how remote teams and organizations can use CRM for social distancing / remote collaboration. I've been working with CRM for 20 years, and the idea really is to just share my understanding of what I've seen and how customers use these concepts to share information within their critical workflow, right? So with that, we will begin. So like I mentioned earlier in the presentation, I've been working with CRM for approximately 20 years. This is different CRM products, with the bulk of what I've been doing over the last 10 years would be more Dynamics 365 and Salesforce work. But like I said, I actually started out as an ACT consultant, and I moved on to other products, Sage CRM, SalesLogic, Sugar CRM, and like I mentioned, Dynamics and Salesforce. So the idea behind this presentation is really just to keep it product agnostic, and I just want to talk through some basic features that allow us to collaborate and not necessarily be in front of each other. So when it comes to CRM, you have many choices, but each CRM fits business needs differently. So for example, Suite CRM is a very robust CRM product, and it's built through open source code, and it has many of the features that the more costly enterprise CRM products provide. And it's also free to host on your own. It has no per user cost if you download the community edition. And it's based on Sugar CRM's community edition from some years back. A company by the name of Sales Agility took Suite CRM and modified it a bit and made it their own product. And that's a huge benefit for companies that are looking to keep costs low, or if you're just starting out with a CRM. You can also pay someone to host it for you, and you have a fully functional CRM just like that with no per user cost. But what I found also is that some companies balk a little bit when we're talking about open source products, or the lack of budget related to R&D. So maybe, some of the more robust and cutting edge features might take a while to be built into the Suite CRM because like a Dynamics or Salesforce, right? That huge R&D budget isn't there. So you generally don't have those worries with the larger product like Salesforce or Dynamics 365. So for those of you that don't know what the term CRM means, it's simply customer relationship management, but that term is slightly misleading. Because it can be used to manage almost anything. Think properties or partners, or for example, one of my clients, even liquor licenses. I've built CRM for various businesses for various needs, right? So it can be customized to run whatever you need, whatever your business is managing, and whoever you're managing, or whether it be relationships or even employees, right? Maybe you want to build a portal and have it tie into your the user management piece of your CRM. All of that is on the table. So I will be using several screenshots from several different CRM tools in this presentation. Like I said, I want to keep it agnostic, so the stuff you're seeing won't necessarily be from the same CRM product. There'll be several. This one in particular is from Dynamics 365. And it's an account screen. So the first question is, what is account management, right? Account management is simply a post-sales role that focuses on nurturing a client and the client relationship to pretty much try to gain some repeat business and grow the opportunity, or maybe maintain what's going on and make sure that make sure that the client's happy. In CRM terms, account management is really just at the top level. It's a record that you use as a container. So CRM facilitates this by offering this master container and then offering a 360-degree view of the account. If you wanted to get that view, this is where you'd come to do that. Say, for example, we have several team members working on the same account, and management needs to understand where we are related to, say, potential revenue, or how often we're keeping in touch with contacts on the account. CRM has all of this information because, like a good team, we've all been putting the information required in, the mandate that management has put on us. We've been doing our job and adding this information in, and it may not necessarily even be at the account level. We're going to get into contact management and then accounts and notes, but to see all of these things related to the contacts that are related to the account, we do this at the top level, which is what you're looking at, the account management screen. So for example, Tom doesn't have to go over to Joe's cubicle and ask him what's up with the Mega Widgets account. He already knows because it's all right there in front of him, because he's actually just going into CRM, going to the account, and then navigating to the appropriate spot at that point to find the information he's looking for. So that's actually, when we talk about collaboration, that's where the collaboration comes in. Team members are putting in the information, so we work within the same brain, and they know that whatever we're putting in, or wherever we are within the workflow, there'll be a need to share information. So by simply just doing their job, again, working through the stuff that management has trained us on and mandated us to do, collaboration's automatic because the information's up. It's there. We just need to go to the account record and check out that 360-degree view. When we discuss how contact management works within CRM, think of it specific to people, the details that are specific to a person. This is where I would store that information at the contact level. This screenshot, by the way, is a Salesforce screenshot, the contact detail for Salesforce. So if I'm looking for an email address, you would find it here. If I'm looking for a direct line to someone's desk, most likely you would find it here. Maybe I'm looking for activity or history related to a specific person. I would take a look at that person's contact record to find that. Right. Third bullet point, collaboration. So how does this work with collaboration? So again, I use the example of not having to walk over to someone's desk or to set up a meeting to actually get up to speed on a contact, right? Or an account. Users can simply run reports, view a dashboard, and we can get it later on. If you want to know what dashboards are, you can email me and maybe I can get some examples to you, or simply navigate to the contact to find out what they need to know. I gave the example of looking for activity or history. There's usually if it's not a grid already on the contact screen, you can navigate to the related area, which will show you activities or history related only to that contact. In this example, we're looking at Donald Fagan. If we were to navigate to Donald Fagan and check out his related area and go to the activities area, we could see everything that's happening with Donald throughout the team. So if we're doing our job, then and logging calls and logging meetings, that would all show up on Donald Fagan's contact. So what are notes and activities? So when we have a meeting with a prospect, that's an activity. When we have a phone call into a partner, that's considered an activity. When we have a task scheduled in order to close a deal, something we need to do, maybe finalize a contract within our internal team, that's considered an activity. Maybe that last one isn't necessarily stored because it's an internal thing. It isn't stored in CRM, but it could be, especially if everyone involved has a CRM license. So in CRM, we have the ability to track all three of these interaction types and a lot more. For example, a sent email is actually considered an activity also, and we can have that automatically attached to the related contact. So now all I have to do is go to the contact and navigate to the related notes or activity section and view all of the emails stored on that particular contact, so that I don't have to ask a colleague. Again, when it comes to collaboration, we continue with the email example. If security is set up to allow it, remember that it's important to know that if, for example, if I can't see John Smith's stuff because he's on a different team, or maybe even from an individual level, we're not set up to be able to see another salesperson's stuff. We won't be able to get to this. But if it's a collaboration effort, maybe someone on the sales team, it's not someone on the sales team, maybe someone in customer service needs to see what was promised in the sales cycle, or some emails that were sent directly to the salesperson, whatever the case. If security set up to do that, we can easily get to that by navigating to the customer's record and view all of the emails that are stored against that contact in the activities area. So in conclusion, I put up a table here of some other features that I wanted to keep this video short. So there are some other features, a lot of other features actually, that you can utilize when purchasing a CRM tool. Lead management, which is actually the very front of generally of the sales process within CRM. So leads are can be considered. Let's say we go to a show and we get the list of attendees, or we buy a list of leads from Info USA. We typically import them as leads, and because we hadn't necessarily contacted these people yet, or we have no type of relationship, they would be leads until we can actually qualify each one of these items, which then can turn into an opportunity, a contact, and an account, based on whatever the office's or whatever the organization's criteria for qualifying a lead is. So that's something that's actually very important. That's a very important feature of CRM. But we also have opportunity management. This is very important for managing pipeline, for field service organizations. That we have features within not all of the CRM, but features within some of these CRMs that allow people to work through field service workflow. Project management, campaign management, invoice management, contract management, case management. Case management is probably more common than some of the others that I've mentioned here. For example, your customer service team. Whenever someone calls in and says, "Hey, maybe you're an organization that sells furniture, and there was a table delivered with a scratch on it," someone needs to call in and create a case so that that can get resolved, right? That's a more common scenario, and that's considered case management within CRM. And then generally most CRMs come with some type of reporting module. All of this data that's going in, it needs to be consumed and then presented in certain ways, whether it be for management or whether it be for just myself, right? I want to figure out the last 10 people I've called and what the results were, so that I can then improve my own sales process, right? Or improve my own sales results. We can use reporting and dashboarding for that type of thing. So other CRM choices, we have NetSuite, we have Zendesk. Zendesk is really more around customer service or service, a service workflow versus some of the other things CRM can do. We have HubSpot, which is very heavy marketing. Pega CRM, SAP, a lot of large organizations use SAP. ServiceNow, and Oracle. If you have any questions about any of these, again, do your own research. Of course, you're welcome to do that, or drop me an email on the next slide. I'll give out my information. You can contact me and we can talk through some of this stuff. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop me an email. You can go to my website. There's a contact form there, or you can go to my Twitter, which I'm just starting up, and contact me there, or even my Instagram at LA CRM Guy. So thank you everyone for listening in on this presentation on how we can use CRM to social distance, and it's been a pleasure. Thanks again.